Pastor Joseph Prince has stormed Akure in search of Olori Naomi. My people, if you know who we are talking about, you should know that Pastor Joseph Prince is someone who owns a very big church and he controls a crowd. Yes, not be small crowd. This man they control as his audience, and he has left his country all the way to come into Nigeria and look for Olori Naomi in Akure. My people, this commands respect. Yes, I no get anything wey you go tell me now wey I go gree o. If no be this kind love wey God dey show Naomi, I no go do. My people, this one it is extreme. Yes, God keeps proving every day that Naomi is his child. Every single morning like this, you go see say God don put shame on top people faces, because in the midst of this chaos, in the midst of all these problems, in the midst of all these troubles, you go think say okay what's there left? Shey Naomi go return into the palace, she go and play the role of a housewife, then what again? My people, even at that, God keeps elevating Naomi. God keeps pushing her forward. God keep showing on daily basis. So because lately Naomi has been moving from country to country for this thing, for programs, outreach. They keep talking. Even the last one that she went is to Singapore. She was there with Reverend Ronke Adejumo, and according to what we saw with videos and what we heard allegedly was that Naomi gave a speech, and when she received some awards from Singapore and she got back home, Tinubu himself could not contain the joy. He could not hold it back than to what? Honor her. She was highly honored. You all saw how congratulations trooped in as she has become the special advisor on spiritual matters. So that tells how much Olori Naomi is advancing in her career. She's advancing as a prophetess. She's getting better every day. And then just to wrap that up, the last time we heard of how they organized a program in the UK and they asked her to go there and be the main speaker. She traveled all the way from here to there and she went there to be the main speaker. It was when she returned from that thing, she landed in Abuja, that Ronke went in search of her. Yes, Ronke actually thought she was in Akure when Ronke sent someone to spy on her, and it was during that process that the person did not find her in Akure. She now told the person proceed to Abuja. When Naomi is not in Akure, Naomi will definitely be in Abuja. And it was when the person got to Abuja, the person discovered Kabiyesi was there. It arose so much jealousy, okay, to Ronke, and what Kabiyesi's father did in return was to what? Lock her up. They locked her up sharply. Even if she did not send someone after Olori Naomi, she would not have known Naomi was in Abuja, because when she came back from her travel, she stayed in Abuja before she came back to Akure. So because the person had to go round looking for Naomi, the person now discovered, okay, Naomi was in Abuja, and in that process discovered she was there with Kabiyesi. And Ronke became so curious, so furious. She was angry, she was this, she was that, and Ooni's father quietly locked her up, that staying there, your wahala done too much. So my people, it has been recorded that Naomi has been traveling from country to country, right? All this while preaching to people, reaching out to people, touching lives. Yeah, she's a prophetess, she's a woman of God. Mama Tedeni Kawo. Hey God, my people, this woman is blessed, virtuous, vivacious. Like, there is nothing about Naomi that doesn't speak growth, because over the years that we have followed Naomi, when Naomi left the palace come today, Naomi has grown. Naomi has become a better woman. I see Pastor Joseph flying in all the way to come and look for Olori Naomi tells us how much Naomi is advanced, because what we heard, he stormed Akure in search of Olori Naomi. Now you would think that it's only people in Nigeria that are actually supporting Naomi. They are on Naomi's case. They are every single day we are hearing them speak or say one thing or the other concerning Naomi. People like Reverend Ronke Adejumo, whom seemingly people are saying that Kabiyesi should cut her off with Olori Naomi if she's advising people about marriages, but she could not advise Naomi to stay in her marriage the first time she left, and now she was fighting so that Naomi should come back, so that when it cast, they would not say that she knew something about it. Much later, Kabiyesi still knew that she knew something about it, and it was bad. Kabiyesi actually called her out for it. People are now saying that Kabiyesi should cut her off with Olori Naomi, so that when Olori Naomi comes back home, she can focus on her marriage. Well, We haven't heard from Kabiyesi, so we don't really know what he is saying about cutting Reverend Funke off with Olori Naomi. But after the likes of Funke, we have people like Reverend Esther Ajayi, which tried immediately Olori Naomi's issue started. That woman tried every single thing possible to make sure that Naomi stays in the palace. But you know, as when this whole thing dey shack for body, I no go do. That was the condition Naomi was in, because she felt everybody was against her in the palace. And it's true, everybody was literally against Naomi in the palace. And funny enough, people who were against Naomi in the palace are still the people today struggling, trying, doing every single thing possible that Naomi returns back into the palace. That's just a confusion, no? Like Iyalaje Odua, these are people that made sure that Naomi leaves the palace. They made sure that Naomi had a tough time. She lived hell on earth here in the palace. But today, what are they saying? That their Ronke have done too much. They should calm down. What is wrong with them? They have belittled themselves. Why are they fighting Naomi? Mariam can never be compared to Naomi. So she should just stop all of these things she's doing. You know, today they have remembered that what Naomi is actually important. She has value, and all of these women can never ever be compared to her. And aside that, you will see people like Pastor Jerry Eze. Yes, but Jerry Eze, the moment he heard of when Olori Naomi were returning back into the palace, he quickly sent an invitation of thanksgiving to giving it to Kabiyesi so that they would jubilate together in his church, my people. And then people like Pastor Jeremiah has always been there. Yes, Pastor Jeremiah has always stood there. You will not always hear him talking. You will never always hear Pastor Jeremiah saying something, because what? That man is very, very wise. He knows when to talk. He knows when to keep quiet. He knows when to advise Olori Naomi. Yes, that's one thing we like about him. The man knows what he's up to. He doesn't just speak. But you see, Pastor Tibatan, there was a prophecy he brought that, you know, Kabiyesi rebuked him. Kabiyesi wasn't happy about it with him. But when you hear from God, it's not only the good things that you spread to people. If God says a bad thing, bring it out to them. Let them hear it and let them know that this is what God has said. So some of us, we know to blame Pastor Tibatan, because even the oldest woman in Ile-Ife has already said that Naomi should be ready to face the consequences in the palace as she returns, because the palace has already been built on that basis that if she comes back as a weakling, she will suffer it. And she should know that she's bringing Tadenikawo back into a lion's den. So she would have to be very protective, prayerful, and she will use her high IQ very well as she's returning back into the palace. So right now, my people, this man coming in to look for Olori Naomi, he stormed Akure, has told us a lot. Despite the fact that there are so many prophets here in Nigeria on Naomi's matter, they are here making sure that Naomi lives well. Naomi does these prophecies coming in and out. But this man coming in, it has only shown how much Naomi has achieved and the respect she has attained thus far.